Happy New Year, Pisces. Welcome to 2020. And you are one lucky little fish because 2020 kicks off with the promise of more manifestation of your highest hopes and dreams and seeing them coming your way and unfold for 2020. And you're saying, this is brilliant news. It's brilliant. Is there a clause here? I'm kind of waiting because I sense there's a bit of a clause pause here. What's going on? Well, there is, Pisces, because as you're being given this promise that all the dreams that you've been putting out there are going to slowly start manifesting through this year, you have to do a little bit of work. And that is, you have to make sure that the dream that you're putting out there is actually the dream that you want. Does it still have your heart energy? Is it something you still want? Or if not, you could find yourself creating and manifesting a beautiful dream that actually acts like a gilded cage, locking you inside. You know the phrase, be careful of what you wish for in case it comes true. And this is what's needed. This is where the work has to be done this month. And it's pleasant work. It's not the most difficult work, Pisces, but still it's work that you should do. Take a moment, a real moment. Peel yourself away and just step back a little bit from your dreams and your goals and your successes and just pull back and say, I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying seeing the fruit of what I'm putting out there. But am I still connected to it? Is it still my dream? Is it still what I want? And when you reconnect, you're giving yourself a moment of magic where when you double check and say, yeah, I still want this. No, I need to retweak that. No, that's gone a bit too far. Maybe I should blah, blah, blah. And you're retweaking, redesigning, recreating, remanifesting, redesigning so that your heart is, and your creativity and your happiness is taken into serious account as you are going on with your dream. Because Pisces, what use is it to have a dream job if it's going to be hurting you or if it's going to be taking you away from something or somebody that you love? What use is a dream position? What use is a bunch of success? What use is getting in with the right scene, getting all your likes on social media, getting fame even? What use is it if it doesn't give you the space to enjoy what you've manifested? So again, there's a moment of redesigning, sitting back and saying, where I'm going next in 2020, it's going to be big, but it's definitely going to be driven by me. It is definitely going to be what I 100% want, not what I 100% think I should get because it's available, but 100% what I want. And in that moment of magic, you're realigning and readjusting everything and using your heart magic to powerfully manifest something for you in 2020 that is your real vision, that ultimately is your real success. And so how nice is that, Pisces? That's beautiful. It's having a little pit stop, as I said, to make sure you're completely realigned and redesigned so that you're going to be blessed with the right thing. Not with a million wonderful things, because sometimes that's a trap we can fall into, thinking, oh, all the doors are open, I'll take everything, and then being burdened by everything. Now, no, I'll just take what makes me happy. And strive to think big, not just settle. I don't mean settle. Oh no, nothing here is this 2020 is about settling. This is all about going bigger, 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 achieving more, higher, and being recognized and acknowledged and noticed and seen. But at the same time saying, well, do I see me? Do I see myself happy? Other people might see myself as happy, but do I see myself as happy? That to me now is the most important thing. So it's gorgeous, Pisces, and that is it is worth having that moment of readjustment. So that's the big issue going on. Another thing that's happening there is there might be a few questions around what you're creating in your life, saying, am I using what I'm manifesting in my life to release a lot of tension when I could be taking a time out to try to disperse some of that inner tension by doing things that I personally love to do, getting back involved with my hobbies, getting back involved in kind of closing the door and just disappearing in what I do. Because for some of you, say for example, if say you're a sports person and you have this big success that's going on now and it's even going to go further in 2020, if you love the sport that you're doing, if it becomes work and becomes a job, you could end up hating the thing that's giving you all the success. So again, another reason why you need to peel back from people and things and situations so that you can again box yourself off and say, I need to find my passion for this again. I need to find my passion in this relationship again. I need to find passion for the work I do again, for what I'm creating again. I'm never, in everything that I'm achieving, I will never lose myself. I will never lose my connection and passion to what I do, you know, and to where I'm going. So again, very, very strong. There's a phrase here that's sticking out for me in all that popularity that could be promised to you as we go into 2020. Remember this one phrase, Pisces. Strive for respect, not attention, because it lasts longer. Okay? So stick with that. So other things that are going on, we're going to shift gear a little bit. We see Venus, the goddess of love and money, starting off in your 12th house. So there's a feeling here of secret money deals happening, being very private about your money, trying to be smart with your money by working behind the scenes. This is not very obvious stuff you're doing with money. It's very secretive, secret investments, secret handshakes, secret deals. Some of you could be making money from maybe long distance arrangements with somebody else, a deal that you make with somebody who might live miles and miles away from you. So there's a feeling of being blessed financially for you this month, Pisces. And again, a real moment where you have to take a time out and say, what do I do with this? What do I do with my money? Should I invest it here? Should I do that? Should I hide it away? I want you to be cautious of one thing, Pisces. Don't be taking risky gambles with money this month. If somebody comes to you and gives you an offer that's kind of too good to be true, then it probably is, okay? I would say to you too, at the first half of the month, be more cautious with your money than usual, because with Venus in the 12th house, sometimes we have a bit of a blind spot. So we could spend a lot of money on something, lose the receipt, and then realize that it doesn't work, and then we've no way of returning it. It's the energy of just be a little more cautious so you don't get caught out, okay? Some of you wanting to spend a few coin on a little bit of a trip away, a vacation away, something very private and personal to you. Some of you could be spending money with your partner or even a new love on a breakaway. Let's disappear for a while. Let's do something where nobody knows where we are. And just, this is our time. This is us just enjoying the moment and spending a few coin doing that. I see for some of you here too, singles. You might be very interested in having a secret relationship with somebody where it's all very hidden behind the veil and it's all very, you know, watching from outside and maybe keeping things a little bit quiet or secretive until you feel you're ready to kind of say that you're in a relationship. So you could be meeting somebody this month where, again, everything just seems very secretive this month, Pisces, but not in a kind of sneaky secretive way, more in a, this is my relationship, this is my love, this is my choice, this is my direction, this is my money. I need to close the doors a little bit here and just feel that I'm doing everything privately. So that feels very strong. Now, Venus on January 13th moves into Pisces. Yeah, in there with Neptune. And again, there's that feeling of spending money on doing something that you love, something that's personal to you. It could be spending money on new clothes, new status symbols, or anything like that. Spending money to look good, taking care of your health, your appearance, you know, getting your hair done, getting your nails done, getting new clothes, getting a new watch or something. There's a feeling of, I'm going to spend a bit of money here on myself. So that's really nice. You obviously see the moment here in 2020 where you say, I think I've worked hard enough over the last while. I need to spoil myself a little bit here. And so you should, Pisces. So you should. But I'm just even feeling your energy here. And what I feel is a sense of contentment. I have to say that, Pisces. It's not very often, and especially when you're reading for an eclipse month, and big heavy energy, it's not often that I feel that kind of more peaceful, content energy. In fact, when I was reading for the Cancerians, they had something similar. So you and Cancer seem to be sharing a kind of happy moment this month. Maybe you're sharing it with a Cancerian, I don't know. But there's a good flow for you this month. I like that. Feeling like something is going good for you. Yeah, now the Neptunian card comes out there, finally, and the Pisces card comes out there. Two very Piscean cards who need to be readjusted a little bit, but we talked about that. Just a small tweak here and a small tweak there to readjust something. Maybe readjust what you're kind of passionately joined to a person, to a love, or to a dream that you have. Ooh, and there's the Cancerian card. Full moon, lunar eclipse in Cancer in your 5th house. Okay, let's get a few more cards going on here, Pisces. We have Mars in the 10th house, so I still see some of you going in and working very hard. You're still working very hard, Pisces. You're giving it 100% with your career, with your workspace. The only thing I would say to you, do your very best this month, Pisces, not to clash with any authorities, bosses, managers, key figures. Don't clash with them, but get your point across. There's a way to handle it this month, Pisces. You can push forward and push through without locking horns with anybody. Mars represents force, but it doesn't always represent aggression. So it's more like be forceful with your career, get your point across to a boss, to a manager, to a senior, even to an authority figure or a key player somehow in your life. Get your point across, but do it in a way that it's done. There's no argument about it. This is my new stance on things and this is how I see it. Yeah, as the phrase goes, you catch more flies with honey than vinegar. Again, another moon and Cancer card there. I'm just waiting on 2 here, Pisces. But I am feeling good energy. I feel some of you wanting to make some sort of shift where you get your point across to somebody. But it's deeper. It's like wanting to communicate in a more profound way, in a more creative way, wanting to speak to somebody on a deeper level. Maybe that could be happening this month. You get an opportunity to speak on a different level, on a deeper level, to somebody or to some people or to some group. So that's strong there. Let me get these last 2 cards, and they hopped out there. Now, the Tower. Something definitely is changing. And the last card, the Empress, the one who has all the abundance. So Pisces, let's get to it. Let's go over to your big grand, ta-da, your overview. So exactly what we were talking about, Neptune, Pisces. Okay, and Neptune is in Pisces at the moment. And Venus will be moving in later. It's from the start of the month again, Pisces. Know why you're pursuing the goals you're pursuing. You're doing it because originally it was supposed to free you. It was supposed to make your life easier. It was supposed to make you feel like you were moving up, upgrading in your life, getting into a new space, achieving, getting the promotion, getting the accolades. That's what you were moving towards. But somewhere as we enter the month, right from the start, there's a feeling of, I'm getting exactly what I want. Why am I not happy? And some of that, Pisces, could be to do with the fact that you feel like you're dancing to somebody else's tune. Maybe a lot of the dreams that you have now, you feel you're doing it for other reasons than the original reason. Almost like you're in a groove now, you've achieved a little bit, so you've got to keep on being the achiever. Or you've gotten in with a group of people, so you've got to keep up with them. You've got to keep getting likes on your social media page. You've got to keep impressing your boss. You've got to keep impressing the key figures. I've started now, how do I stop? How do I stop? So there's a feeling of slow down here, Pisces, this month, and have your moment of magic where you reconnect. The new moon is in Aquarius in the 12th house, and that's a very Piscean house. Go back deep inside and figure out what you didn't see before. And for me, that is that you had probably lost a real heart connection to the dreams that you've got going on in your life. And it's almost like a sense of cruelty that you're achieving and feeling, why is this not enough? Shouldn't I be going for more? It's almost like I have the bug now. I have the kind of need now to keep going. It's like, stop, reconnect, realign, and redesign, so that your goals contain your heart, contain your creativity, and contain your passion, Pisces. Yeah, I do see for some of you too that there is a question mark over not just the thing you love, but also the people you love. How can I reconnect with them, my partner, my friends, my family, and even for some of you, my children, with the lunar eclipse in the 5th house? Have I been so eye on the prize that I haven't really taken care of maybe the people who really know me best, the ones who cheer me on knowing what I love, the ones who cheer me on because they know me, because they know how much it means to me, because they care for me and love me. They're the people who I really need now as my big cheerleaders, not all the work people who are impressed with what I do, or the community that's impressed by what I do, or blah, blah, blah. It's my real people I need to kind of take a major time out and realign with them also. I don't want to lose them. I love them and they love me. So again, that feeling of I need to close the door this month and just have everyone I love around me, everyone who really knows me and gets me around me, and to feel somewhat nourished, lunar eclipse in Cancer, nourished by the people who get me, nourished by the people who love me, nourished by the people who were there before I started my journey towards changing my life in some way. I need them. So again, as I said, there's a feeling of pushing all the outside people out for a moment and getting very nourished and topped up by your children, your family, your partner, your friends, the people who adore you. And that is part of how you touch base again with that inner magic in yourself. So work with that, Pisces. Because when you do, the lovers, this is what's needed to bring you back almost to the point of passion again. It almost felt for me, Pisces, like you were getting depleted, that you were being wrung dry like a cloth, squeezed dry. with nothing left to give in some cases. But yet the strange irony is that from the outside looking in, you were doing great and people were saying high five, cheer you on, you're doing really well. And now when you take that moment of realigning, redesigning and reconnecting with the people that you really care about, that's when you're back nourished, topped up, and where you feel more solid, more grounded, more spiritually in tune with where you're supposed to be going. I feel here, Pisces, some of the work that you're doing or some of the goals that you have for your future, for your 2020 vision, really do involve helping people, guiding people, being a source of inspiration for people, being somebody who gives wise counsel or good judgment, or somebody who can be respected in some way. You know, somebody who's able to particularly communicate with people from a kind of higher minded way, from a selfless way. And I think that's what you need to reconnect to too, Pisces. If you keep just going, and you're depleted, you will lose what I feel is the magic of what you were trying to achieve, which for me seems to be, you know, communicating and finding new paths and new ways to have a more real and solid life in some way. So there's a few things coming in. Every time I try to read for lunar eclipse months, I have to say lots of stuff comes in. But for me, this is the basics. This is what I'm just going to focus on, because I do feel a lot of other things coming in about wanting to get more solid. Too many choices, too many opinions, too many paths that you could possibly take, too many things you could possibly create, too many ideas that you have to decorate your home or to change your family life with, or to increase something with. It's like, stop. For me, it feels like you're almost getting addled, getting kind of brain weary from all the potential choices that you have. For me, it's like, come back to your original plan, your original choice, realign it, redesign it, and re-inspire it and re-infuse it with your magic, and stick with that. There's a feeling of stick with that choice and be less scattered and less confused with all the possibilities of what you could have. For me, it's almost like an embarrassment of riches. It's not like, well, I'm stuck, I've no choices. You seem to be on the opposite side. You seem to be stuck because there are too many choices, too many possibilities. I'm not wasting this energy. I need to do this, that. I need to be like, you know, the plate spinner in the circus. I need to have everything all going at once. Stop. For the name of love. Stop, really stop. And just come back to your original plan. Now, on a super literal level, I see some of you could be getting some wise words from Gemini, Sun, Moon or Ascendant, some wise words maybe from a family member. You could also, for some of you, be finding yourself very connected or attracted to a Taurus Sun, Moon or Ascendant. Somebody who is able to point you in the right direction. Somebody who just seems to have all the answers to all your dilemmas. So there could be some wise words from a family member, a Gemini Sun, Moon or Ascendant, or a Taurus Sun, Moon or Ascendant to help you get somewhat unstuck. So here we are, Pisces, mid-month, and in comes the Cancerian card. Lunar eclipse, mid-month, January 10th, kind of mid-month. In here, with Mercury and Sagittarius energy. Some strange communication to do with the work that you do could really be the catalyst that's needed. For me, it's like there's a clash or a roadblock or some sort of an obstacle or some sort of challenge, maybe even a deadline, pressure, deadline in work. And what it seems to be doing, Pisces, it's acting as a kind of a catalyst. It's almost like the pressure gets you to that tipping point where you say, stop. I could either go on the war path here, which sometimes this card represents, and lose my shit, or I could really use this moment to stop, realign, redesign, and start manifesting, which is what this card represents, something that suits me better. If this boss is too much of an asshole and I can never get on with them, then I need to start manifesting something different. If this dream job that I've actually landed myself in and I'm delighted about is too much stress and pressure, then I need to start realigning and reinvesting and manifesting a way to take some of this pressure off, or to find an alternative situation. Again, it's pressure mid-month, pressure, deadlines, intense feelings that spurs you into action. It spurs you into change. This is not my dream. When I manifested this, I didn't want the negative side of it, the pressure, the people who were putting that pressure on me. That's not what I wanted. So again, let's go back, realign, redesign. You kind of get the drift of the whole month here, Pisces, you know, and that's exactly what you're going to do. I see two people, Earth sign, Earth, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, or Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant here. Could also be Gemini or Libra. Making your life a little bit difficult here. The air signs and the earth signs mid-month seem to be making your world a little bit tricky. You see somebody as, it's almost like you take a dislike to somebody because they seem to be money hungry, or you take a dislike to somebody because they seem to be, you know, always wanting to achieve more, always wanting to be smarter, always wanting to higher. And it's almost like you see something in them that you don't like. And then there may be a bit of a moment where you say, I don't want to be like those people. These people are too hungry. They're too hungry for something. They're too hungry for success. They're too hungry for money. They're too hungry for to be the big achiever, to be always number one. They're too hungry. And that's not a good look. And I need to kind of stop for a moment to see whether I want to go on the same path as them. Because if I follow a particular path, my greatest fear is to become like them. So you have definitely two people coming into your life who are almost acting like a ghost of Christmas future. This is what it could be, Pisces, if you don't kind of stop, have your moment of magic, realign, redesign, and re-energize to manifest something different. They represent who you don't want to become. So you'll notice them. They could also be some of the ones putting you under that pressure. Yeah. I also see for some of you the center row there. Some of you might be trying to communicate with a Sun, Moon, or Ascendant Cancer. And the communication isn't going very well for some reason. What you're trying to say to them, they're either not listening or they're not paying attention. But again, that's just a moment. For me, mid-month seems to be a whole moment of readjustment, Pisces, for the better, for you. Yeah. It's almost like, you know, when you take an elastic band and it feels like the pressure until snap. Back to the beginning, back to the drawing board, back to reality. You know, so that I can, again, I'm not going to repeat it, but you know what I'm going to say, realign, redesign, anyway. But we're coming towards the end of the month. You do really need a time out, Pisces, it seems. It seems that the choices that you need to be making have to be thought more about. It's the same thing. I'm picking up all the cards and the energy just keeps being stuck on the same thing, which is walk away from where a vision or a dream or something that you had begun to manifest or even manifested, excuse me, walk away And really, don't be afraid to walk away, Pisces, if it's not what's serving you anymore, if your heart isn't in it anymore. And take a real time out all through this month, even in the last week of the month we have it here. Take a time out to learn the lessons that came up under the effect of the eclipse. And that is rediscover what is giving you the sweetness of your own life. Because when we look at this card, this is somebody who's got the wine in front of him and he's been blessed with more. It just keeps coming more. You want more? We're going to keep blessing you. But he's still not happy. You know, the wine, the fruit, nothing tastes as sweet as it should be. So he's in a kind of a hump. You know, he's saying, look at everything I've achieved and I'm still not content. What do I really need to reconnect with? And we know what it is, Pisces. We know what it is. It's connecting with your passion. If there's no room in your dream for your heart, for your creativity, for your happiness, then it's not a path that you need to be on anymore. You know? You're a much more soulful person. And if your path is bringing you down a soulless way, then that's not for you. And again, Pisces, look at this. Sometimes people panic when they see this card, but in this context, it's perfect. The thing that was built on a lie must come down. If it's no longer your dream, it must come down. If your vision is painting you into a corner or projecting you onto a path that is not making you happy or abundant or successful in the way that you want to be, then it needs to come down. Anything based on unsolid intentions or unsolid magic from the heart, it needs to fall. And let it fall, Pisces. Let it fall. Sure, it's impressive. What you've been building is impressive. But if it cannot contain your magic, then it's not worth a shit. And excuse my language, but it's not. As beautiful as it is, let it fall so that it can be built up again from a stronger foundation and you can manifest and realize something even bigger than this. Because what is this? The Tower of Babel. Somebody built this because they wanted to reach higher, so high that they reached the gods. But the God said, this is not how you reach us. This is not how you get there, through something fake, through a false structure. You don't get to be blessed with the house of the gods by a fake thing. You arrive there by rising yourself. Nothing artificial, nothing fake, nothing false. It's you that rises. So this card is acting as a blessing. The whole month, Pisces, seems to be that blessing. Because when we come to the end of the month, maybe as afraid of it as you were to maybe change direction midstream, change direction mid-manifestation, change direction even though the path you're on now seems to be on a winning streak. If you bring it back to basics and put your heart back in it and dream bigger, again, but with your beautiful creativity, with enough space for you to enjoy the sweetness of it, then you get your abundance. And then you get a real sense of power. Then you'll feel like you've learned a huge lesson in what it means to be truly successful in this life, what it means to truly create something of real value in your life. So Pisces, it's not very often that I do a reading when there's only one central message and it just keeps coming up over and over again. And I think you have the message loud and clear now. Surround yourself and circle yourself this month, like, you know, close everything off, get back in touch with your passion. If you're creating a great new life based on something you're passionate about, close the door and reconnect to that passion. Don't sell it out because you love it. Don't sell your life out. Don't sell your relationships out. Don't sell the people you love and support who support you out because you're following a dream. come back to basics, realign, redesign, so that you can go higher for 2020 and get everything you want. See why it's worth it? See why it's worth it? So, my love, I'm going to leave it at that now. Of course, it's a big month, but you know these are just the general energies, you know, even though it was kind of like a one-note song here this month a little bit, but it was very strong. That was all that needed to be said here in this general energy. So to get to the nitty-gritty, to find out what's going on with your relationship, for the singles, is there love magic in a month where Venus is moving into the 12th house and then moving into Pisces? Your money, your career, family, home, friends. We will talk about all of that, Pisces, in a deeper way in the Vimeo readings, the deep read. In the description box down there below, my love, you'll see a link. Click into it. Come on over and we'll get stuck into the energies and go that bit deeper. And I'll see you over there. And if not, we'll leave it at that, Pisces. Enjoy this month and enjoy that moment of magic that you have to realign, because 2020 is going to be really something for you, really something special for you, where you get everything you want, I feel. So I'm going to leave it at that. Pisces, as always, I will leave you with all my love and a great, great, great big kiss for even more success from me to you. Mwah. Until next month, my beautiful.